Okay, so let's talk about a theory of mine that I don't think is a theory. I 100% fully believe it, and I was just now convinced of it because I perceived what I believed to be infinite. I perceived the infinite and the non-existent in some capacity that was beyond my comprehension. Yeah, let's talk about this. So I'm gonna reposition the camera. So, liminal spaces. You know what they are. Maybe you should know what they are. Look them up. Look up liminal spaces. Now, some of these liminal spaces, their intent is just to be creepy. And sadly, that's what a lot of it has come to, is just people trying to make creepy photos. Liminal spaces are human places, like a grocery store with the lights off, and everything is like fully stocked. Or a bouncy house, but no one is there. Just human places without human activity. An empty road. Places like that. Stereotypical images of what humans make. Now, reality is not real. This is not real. None of this is real. This is all, in actuality, it is a matrix. There are billions and millions and quadrillions, quintillions of different versions of realities, an infinite number of different versions of our reality, different versions of parallel realities, and an infinite number of parallel realities, infinity after infinity after infinity after infinity after infinity. And this cycle does not end, but it's all basically put together by its own code. Now, the code is like the atmosphere. It's like the air that we breathe, but it's something beyond that. It's something as common as air, just like air. We need it to survive, but we can't see it. And every so often, there's a change in the atmosphere. There's a change in the code. And some people, like myself, can feel the change in the code. And when the code changes, this is a very strange thing. And oftentimes, the code's basic structure can be described by listing off a year. Sometimes, oh, it's 1989. Yeah, I wasn't alive in 1989. Or, oh, it's 1843. Different things like that. The year will change, but also sometimes it's such a complex change within the code's nature that you have to describe a scenery that would match the code's vibration at a more complex level. And that's what liminal spaces are. Liminal spaces are simply the binary code. They're the most simplistic version of an explanation to a feeling which is so complex that it can't be described in words. You cannot fit a hexagonal prism through a square hole. And basically, what I'm saying is that liminal spaces and spaces that exist only within our minds are creating this reality, and they can also tear it apart. And they can also rebuild it. Nothing, you know, it's like if everyone is believing one thing, you can't, that's a good analogy. You can bring a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink the water. Now, I'm not saying I have the water. You don't have to believe that I have the water. But none of this is real. That's the water. That's what I believe is the water. You don't have to believe me about this. This is a hologram. Not necessarily a hologram in its traditional definition, but this is not real. This is, you know, I've been to countless other versions of reality, and it's not real. Or it's all real. Either not, it's all or nothing is what I'm saying. And the all and the infinite and the nothingness and the void are the same exact thing. Like, you have to see that. You know, once again, I'm going to say, forget about your religion. It is superfluous. I don't care about it. You can put it in the comments if you want. But I forgot what I was saying that led up to me saying that. Basically, in the Gospel of Thomas, which is a non-canonical gospel, the disciples didn't want to follow Jesus to the kingdom. They said, if you tell us to go, we will go. And Jesus basically, now I'm paraphrasing, if you tell us to go, we will go. And Jesus said, I say to you, no one will come to the kingdom of God by my say-so, basically, but by their own free will. Look, what you think is existence is not necessarily existence, and what you think is nothingness is not devoid of anything. In fact, nothingness is everything, but not in focus. And if you understood nothingness, which is everything, then there would be no hate, because you understand that that is infinite love. The same way as there is no such thing as darkness, because it's simply an absence of light. It's an absence of. There is no such thing as hate. It's simply an absence of love. Now, this sounds like some woo-foo bullshit crap nugget to tell you that everything is great and everything is full of love to provide comfort. I don't care about your comfort. I do not care about your comfort. I don't have any comfort in saying what I'm saying, but the fact is, there's no such thing as hate. It's simply an absence of love. And what you think is love, oh my God, this is such a strange thing. If you knew, then you would be like, what the fuck? And once you became agitated, then you would know. I'm gonna leave it at that. Deuces, I hope you shift into a parallel reality.